Let's take a look at how you can make charts using the reports in Service 365. So here I'm in the jobs report, and you can see I've made myself a template called Data by Branch. So to make charts, you first need to make a template. You need to select the filters and the columns that you want to see in your template, and then you can make multiple charts based off that one template. So I want to see some data today relating to the different branches of my company. So my company has 3 branches, so I'm going to make charts for the average revenue, the margin, etc. across all of the branches in my company. Now you don't have to break the data down by branch, of course. If your company just has one branch, maybe you're going to be breaking it down by the city that the job was in, or the project manager, the date the job was created. Really anything relating to the job you can build a template for and then make a chart for. So within my template I have the job number column, the responsibility center or the branch, the date the job was created, and then the margin and total cell columns. So now I'm going to click on the Create Chart button, and now I'm on the chart creation page. So here is where I can start building my chart. So to begin, all I need to do is click on a chart type here on the right. So I'm going to click on a bar chart. I'm going to make a bar chart first, and I want to know the average margin of all of my jobs broken down by the different branches. So I'm going to call this template, this chart rather, average margin by branch. Okay, so now I need to say what's in the x-axis and what's in the y-axis. So for the x-axis, the horizontal axis, I'm going to go with the responsibility center. And by the way, if you don't see a column that you're expecting to see in these drop-down boxes, it means you didn't put it in the template when you made the report template. So you just go back to the report template, you show that column, save the template, and then when you come back to this page, you'll see that column in the drop-down box. So for the X, I'm going to go with the responsibility center name, and for the Y-axis, I want the margin. Okay, so now I need to say, well, how do I want to show the margin? Do I want to show the average or the sum? Well, the margin is a percentage, so it makes sense to show the average. Okay, so now I'm going to hit save, and let's see how my chart looks. Okay, so here's my chart. So now I have my 3 branches, and I can see the average margin across all of them. So super easy chart, shows me that Hamilton branch has the best margin on all of their jobs. So that's a nice, easy, quick to create bar chart. But let's say I wanted to make the data a little more sophisticated and see that same data but broken down year on year, to do a year on year comparison. So I can click on the hamburger menu and go to Edit Chart, and it takes me back to the window we were on a moment ago. So you see I have another drop down box here called Series. So if I go into that, I had the created date column shown in my template, my report template, so I'm going to select that. And now I have to say, well, how do you want to group that information? By dates, weeks, months, or years? So I want to do a year-on-year comparison of the average margin, so I'm going to say group by years, and now we hit save and see how it changes things. Okay, so now the purple columns are 2024 and the green columns are 2023. So now I have the same data we were looking at a moment ago, but a really nice year-on-year comparison. And again, as you hover over the different bars, and it's going to show you the actual underlying data. So that's how you can do a year-on-year comparison, and we could even go back to edit the chart, and maybe now we want to call it year-on-year comparison, so we can actually edit the name of that now to better reflect the data that's in the chart. Okay, so I'm just going to minimize that one, move that to the side. And now I'm going to make another bar chart, and now I want to look, instead of averaging the revenue, I want to look at, averaging the margin, I want to look at the total revenue across all of my branches. So this one, I'm going to call it year on year, total revenue by branch. Let's just spell that correctly. Okay, excellent. So for the x-axis, again, I'm going to go for the responsibility center name, and for the y-axis, this time I want the total sell price on those jobs. So this time, rather than averaging, I'm going to say sum, because I want to see the total revenue. And again, I'm going to say I want to see this broken down year on year, so that's going to be grouped by years. Okay, so let's hit save. And there you go. So that's the same data, but displayed differently. This time we're looking at total revenue, summing the total revenue as opposed to averaging the margin on those jobs. So now I can put these charts side by side, and I can even dock them as well. So I can actually dock them next to each other so they stay in position. So it kind of acts as a dashboard. We do have another dashboard, which we'll show you in the next video, but this is basically how you can dock the charts side by side and see that revenue there. To undock a chart, you just click on the header, and you can drag it back out of position. You can resize the charts, move them around, put them basically wherever you want on this page, the chart creation page. Okay, so we've made a couple of bar charts. Now let's do a pie chart next. So we're going to use that same template again. I'm using the same report template each time to create multiple different charts. This time I'm going to click on the pie chart, and I'm going to make a really simple one this time just to show you how the pie chart functionality works, and that's going to be the total number of jobs created by each branch. So we'll just say total jobs created by branch. Okay. So the category this time is going to be, again, the responsibility center, because that's how we want to break out the data. And the values, so what it's actually counting, is going to be the job number. And again, it's going to be a count of all the jobs created. So now we hit save. And we'll just maximize it again, see how it looks. And there we have it. So as you can see, Burlington branch has created by far and away more jobs than any of the other branches. And then Hamilton and Mississauga. So again, a really nice looking clean pie chart, which is the total number of jobs created. So I'm just going to minimize that again, and again I can dock this, I can move it around, I can go hamburger menu, download it as a PNG, delete it and start again, edit the details, or pin to my dashboard. So the next video rather is going to show you how you can actually pin these charts to a dashboard and make both a company dashboard and a personal dashboard.